Hey guys, I wanted to show you how I warm up for Pavlov. I do this every time I put this game up just to keep my shooting skills sharp. And of course I try to beat my score every time, but I think I'm like at a place where I can't score too much higher. Yeah, it's weird. Let's see, my microphone working? Yep, okay, my mic's working. So I start a game in the practice range. It doesn't have to be that long, because I'm just going to do a couple drills. And what I like to do is I like to grab the Glock 18, AK-47. What? My cord is messing up. My VR cord? Yeah. Well, I'm getting the new helmet. So I wouldn't really need to order one. Ooh, 44. That's what I usually get with the rifle. That was actually pretty good. Then I come over here and I do these headshots really quick while I wait for those to respawn. And alright, let's see if I can get 45. What? Okay. I see what I did now. Oh my god, I shot all around that fucker. Oh, that got worse. Okay. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. So basically, I'm just trying to do more point shooting. I could aim down the sights. It just, I don't know, it feels like it takes too long. Especially in a game where, you know, other people have guns to shoot at you. And usually it's not who's aiming down the sights. Usually it's whoever can put bullets down range quicker. Alright. I can't believe I got that high of a score at the beginning. Alright, let's see. 45. I can get 45. No. Okay, come on. Damn it. I can't believe I missed that one. I need to calm down. I'm afraid my wire's gonna give out on me again for some reason. Damn it, tied. Alright, well, I mean, the wire's giving out, but at least I'm getting an index soon. As soon as they get back in stock. But yeah, I think Boneworks and Half-Life Alyx are gonna be like just in time, like just what VR needs right in time. Because a lot of people were disappointed with VR, but like when I first saw this technology, I knew immediately the potential in it, but I also knew that it's a very new technology, and it's gonna take a while until we're able to take full advantage of the technology, or even discover what it's even, capable of. Oh, because yeah, I think with the Boneworks and Half-Life Alyx, I think the most important thing is like the physics. So when you push like this watermelon in those games, it's actually gonna move. Or in this game, I can only shoot it. But that would make sense for everything to be physics-based. That way you could do climbing like climbing. You could do melee weapons like blade and sorcery. And you could even throw weapons with the gravity gloves, and it actually do something, or bounce off the wall, or actually hit an enemy and do damage or whatever. The one thing I am gonna hate though, I know it, is motherfucking head crabs jumping at my fucking face. Oh my god, I hate things jumping at my face. Especially, oh man, I hated those little fucking head crabs in Half-Life 2. Like, oh my god. They were so fucking, like, it wasn't even scary, it was just fucking a hassle to deal with. I bet they are gonna be scary in VR though. Cause like, just even a dark room and you just with the flashlight is scary in VR. Okay, so I do those drills, try to beat my scores, and then I go to pool day, and I turn on bots, and I basically play a 7.5 minute deathmatch with bots. Now, I would like to challenge you guys to beat my score here. The highest score I've gotten is 181 kills. Good luck beating that, because I can't even beat that again. I've tied it one other time, but man, I must have been on it that day. But I like practicing here after the range, because it actually gives you targets that are moving and that are actually at the height, and like the same targets that you'd be shooting at in the game. Because when you have their bots, they're dumb, but they're still headshots. See, I've noticed that too, like the tracking on my controllers is like lagging just a little bit, especially if I bring it like close to my face. Do I have it here? Yeah, I think it's because what happens is probably my helmet and my chin probably get in the way of one of my lighthouses, or maybe even both of them, for the lighthouses to then lose vision of their controller. Oh. But if you can't tell, I use a stock. Mostly use a stock for immersion. So I do like it for aiming, but I don't know which is better to play with, a stock or not a stock. I just like it that when I'm holding this rifle in VR, I can actually feel like I'm putting it against my shoulder because of the stock. You do sacrifice reload time a little bit though, because you have to physically take the left controller out of its position and then, grab a clip, put the clip in, and then re-put the controller back in its position. I'm pretty fast at it now, but trust me, those first few days with it were pretty frustrating. However, you can pretty much train and get used to just about anything, from what I've noticed. Oh my god, how did I not kill that guy? Okay, so I killed these bots here. I should be practicing more with the pistol, but really, like, the only time I use a pistol in this game is during pistol rounds, which I should actually focus on more, because that pistol round is actually, like, way more important than people give it credit for. It actually almost decides the entire map. Not entirely, but it gives a fucking huge advantage to whoever wins that thing. And I noticed in Half-Life Alex that the first weapon you get probably is a pistol. So I'm going to need to practice that. The other thing I need to practice is dual wielding pistols, because I am terrible at shooting with my left hand. Or really, it's not so much my left hand I'm terrible at shooting at, it's more aiming with my left eye while shooting with my left hand. I just, out of habit, shoot with my right eye, because I shoot, you know, like that normally all the time. And it's hard to break that habit. I just need to keep doing it and keep doing it. But, let's see, what else? Oh yeah, the other thing I need to work on is throwing objects with my left hand. And the way I started practicing this was, I went to go get a couple of handballs, or I think they're called racquetballs, from Walmart. And all I do is I throw that ball against the wall with my left hand, and catch it with my left hand. I mean, nothing too magical here, but what I will say is, it gets your coordination up. Not like your main hand, but at least now I can throw it and catch it. Like, that wasn't a given when I first was doing it. In fact, nothing is a given with your offhand if you don't practice with it. And like, I thought about also training shooting with my left hand with the rifle. But I'm like, how often am I gonna use that? Like, I'm not gonna be dual wielding rifles, obviously. But then I thought about it, and the situation you do use it in is in, like, let's say airsoft. You're peeking a corner, but you're peeking like this corner right here. So me peeking with my right hand wouldn't be too efficient, or if I peeked with my left, it'd be a little bit better. But that is honestly the only situation I could come up with where I would use that instead of my right. And of course that, and, you know, injuries to my right hand, which, I mean, I really should consider. If my right arm is injured, I should be able to function with my left. I mean, not function as well, but definitely be able to function. Because I do train weapons with both hands. I know how to do throwing knives. Not at long distances, but at short distances with both hands. I also know how to do, I know how to spin the nunchaku with both hands. The one thing I can't do quite yet is dual wielding nunchaku, so spinning two nunchaku at the same time. That's kind of tough. Mostly because when I was first learning it, I was more just interested in not putting myself in the hospital and, you know, trying to be flashy with them. But yeah, I actually even like refused to learn any of the flashy stuff with them, because yeah, it looks cool and whatever, but like, if it's not something I can use in a real fight or confrontation, like, I don't need it. I don't need fancy swings or anything. And the reason I like weapons like the nunchaku and, like, let's say the butterfly knife is because if my opponent manages to get my weapon somehow, if they don't know how to use it, they're more than likely going to injure themselves really, really bad. So yeah, I like to carry like weapons that, you know, take a little bit of skills to use. You can hurt yourself, so that way no other people use them. or like let's say the difference between like a gun or a knife, right? Yes, guns, knives are dangerous, but I can guarantee you, somebody who's never used a knife to kill somebody before would be able to use it. Maybe injure themselves too, but they would injure you, which is what they're trying to avoid. And with guns, I mean, come on, guys. If it's locked and loaded, hell, even somebody who's never held a gun in their life can aim a gun at you and shoot it. It's not that hard. Like, they're designed so simple, children can use them. Anyways, I got a score of 156, so you see I'm a little slow right now. But yeah, that's how I warm up, and then I hop into deathmatches, TGTs, search and destroy, whatever I want to after that. But what I wanted to start putting in was pistol whip rounds and Beat Saber rounds because they help me like work out, but I'm like horribly out of shape because I just like am getting over a cold, so I need to like sort of start slow. But if you haven't tried pistol whip, check it out. It was really surprisingly enjoyable, and I still enjoy it to this day. Anyways, that's my video.